Hi. In the last day and a half, couple of days, I got lots of people joining my channel. It's unbelievable amount, and I don't know why. But one thing I thought is like if you imagine to meditate, people may just do a little bit and forget. So determination. I'm not your parents, but the spirit has to exist. Once you start, you continue. Repetition is the mother of success or skill, is what I say. And the repetition could be the mother of trouble if you're repeating the wrong thing. And we may not know what's wrong thing. And in fact, we may have a habitual pattern developed in our early age, even without knowing. Why? Because when you're little, you have no choice but accept everything, and that's how you build up the framework of how you play with your mind, like an operating system of the computer. So given that, some may be, I don't want to say it this way, but some may be lucky to have a fairly good, stable structure. Others may not be as good. But that's what we get, not to complain. What we have is the setting prepared for each of us. And if you say, that's better and that's better, why I got this, you can say that, but it doesn't do any good. It's kind of like, why was I born as a human or in this country or in this family? It's not productive. So the realization of what happened is one. If you have hung up on that one, then you lose the energy to do something productive, meaningful, fit to our own setting. So it's like a game. I don't know what game is the example, any card game or any game that we may have different hand. So how do you play the hand to the best of your ability? If you call life is a game, that's what it is. So what it comes down to is that given whatever, that's the starting point. And that starting point is every moment. Because you have a chance to find the right direction and move on, or in the process to take care of some of the sins. I don't like the term sins, but the habitual pattern that turned out to be negative that we may inherited or came from somewhere. But it's there. Maybe we don't see it, but it pops up when you get upset, that happens. And you can regret, but it's not going to help. So what we have to do, in my view, is accept it. The game is only being played, and we have to keep playing the game in life. So that's what we have to do. So I said the spirit or determination. I was talking about samadhi and meditation, but I was saying that the meditation takes time and energy and the spirit. And if you stop doing it, it's like not developing a good habit, if that's the good habit, but just give up. Like people do smoke and drugs and drink whatever, they may have developed a habit over time, and it may not be easy because you're repeating the habit over and over so that it kind of stay with your system, operating system. So what triggers us to get into the direction? And each person has to answer the question. And since I'm talking, if I think about my case, well, the question is, how did I start to think of figuring out the direction so that I have less bad habit and good habit? I don't know if there's any specific timer, but maybe what I thought was looking around and checking this and that people and also the books, and then figuring out, what is my case? What are the choices? This person is very stimulating and interesting, or this person, and those are the role models that we can pick. And that may give us the, energy and assurance if you clarify the game within yourself and outside and what are the choices that may help us. But eventually, you want to have stabilized, stick with the basic principle kind of a way to live. And that has to be depending on the determination that's what you want. Because you may give up. And if you give up, it may be sad. Let me think, when did I give up? I don't know. Well, everybody's different, so it's maybe no point of talking about it. But whatever the situation, the realization of coming up with that energy is important. And it may be a catch-22 situation. You start something, but if you didn't start, then what happens? So you don't know which one to start. So it's very difficult. It could be difficult, but in my case, I was curious about Zen because I couldn't figure out. And then I found the way, and I found this meditation and samadhi. And key point here is no ego. Ego is self-centered way of looking at things. And that's natural in a way because you want to protect yourself. But if you're too occupied to that, what you're doing may impact others in a very negative way, and you get the return of that, meaning that you get isolated or, shielded from the opportunity because you are so egocentric. Some may succeed. There's always those examples. But so each of us has to ask those questions. And what comes down is this determination of the will. And I said it over and over. If there's a will, there's a way. And if there's the will of an egotistic will, there may be a way, but it may not last. But you have to figure out if that's the way you want to take. My choice was not to do that. And that helped me to look at the bigger world beyond the ego, my centered universe, to everywhere, even tree and the bird. Their world is interesting, kind of a little joking, but openness. And openness comes with no ego. So it's a catch-22. So forget about the ego is the orientation. And when you meditate, for example, you don't want to do it. What's the point of it? So probably, unless the pain is so big, you may not do it. Because that's probably easy way out. So it's your choice. All I've got is this 10 minutes just thinking that determination is important. If there's a will, we'll find a way. And have a good reference, triangulate, and see what happens. And continue for a certain period and then make a choice. And learn who you are, what you're good at, and find the way. Develop the vision of future. And my suggestions, do what you really like and then have the vision, because you have more chance of success because you like it, you're determined. So find the process that is suited for that. And if along with it, and because you can forget the ego to do something because you like to do it. So that's its ideal. And then maybe this samadhi, the no mind and no self meditation process that I'm doing, every day, 20 minutes. Maybe you can, peek in a little bit and see what happens. I may not be the right person. That's your risk. But I'm open for anything because the world is so big. And I put my, videos, and all of a sudden I have so many people of different countries and happy to communicate. There's opportunity I've got to communicate more. But it's the consistency, developing the inertia or momentum into the right direction. So, like in my case, the mission is do what helps me to also help others, and having fun, and practice samadhi, calm and quiet mind, to make good judgment, to keep on moving forward. So that's one way I look at, and I'm going to keep on moving. And if you can be interested, please join me, even a few minutes. But hopefully you'll stick with something, and there may be opportunity for me to explore the chance with you as much as for you to explore maybe a risky situation, but let's see. Let's find out. I'll be happy to communicate and keep this opportunity materialize in such a manner that we may have fun, find what we really like, and help others, and move forward. Just a little suggestion. Thank you.